I'm Russel Hogan, the owner and developer of Hogans Off-Road Park. This all started 20 years ago, and I had traveled around over the country as I was in the marina business, and I hauled boats nationwide as the oil industry failed. And in my travels, I was always an off-roader and had old rigs and junkers that we run in the sand dunes and run all over the country. But one thing I noticed that we didn't have was a family off-road park. Place where people could come with their motorhome or their camper, bring their kids and their grandkids, and they could go play and spend some time with an ATV or a side-by-side, because there was no place for these kids to learn about machinery or learn about their parents or grandparents, and they could enjoy the camaraderie and learn how to handle equipment, motorcycles, and ride around and be safe and have a good time. Well, this was a wonderful location, as I figured it out after traveling from Chicago, Tennessee, Kentucky, New Mexico and California and Arizona, and different places that I got to look it all over. So this range was here, and late in life I'd learned a bit about the law, and I found that this land that was fenced and closed and guarded belonged to the public. Well, I'd had a lot of experience with lawsuits and such, operating on the lake and contending with the Corps of Engineers. So I called my lawyer and said, "Look, Frank, I got a problem down here. I need to open a range." He said, "All right, let's just sue him." So they wrote me a ticket for trespassing, and I took him to court. Put me on the stand. He asked me the questions, and I answered the questions the best I could. I read them, the Enabling Act. In 1934, they went to the government to get money to build this project for electrical generation, flood control, and recreation. Recreation kind of took the backside for many years, but later on they figured out that electrification was not the main goal. Flood control certainly was. So when they got to the part about recreation, it comes out that the lands and waters of this project was dedicated to the public to be used for the most and best good. And nothing can be written or construed that will deny the public ingress and egress to and from the lands and waters of this project. With that, the suits hit the door. They ruled in my favor, and me and my buddies cut the fences and started cutting trails. There's been various maps made of the trail system, of which I have the original, and it's all GPS and coordinated and everything, and I've got thousands of them out there.
I'm Amanda at the 121st store here at Wade's RV, and I just wanted to remind you guys that we have a fully stocked parts store with everything that you could possibly need for your camper or for when you're going camping. So just come over here and see us, and we will get you all fixed up for your next camping trip. And don't forget, we do have a full service body shop over here. We've got the lifts for the entire coach where we can lift it up off the ground. We also have slide out lifts that we can take out slides and do big jobs for insurance where you have water damage. So don't forget to come and see us.
Turning miles into memories, Wade's RV.
Shows the trails, the severity of the trails, and the elevations, and the areas to ride on, and the areas that can be used for emergency use or bringing vehicles in and out. People being people have a lot of fun, and some of them tend to overdo it, and from time to time they tear them up. With that, I've developed 4 wrecker trucks and 1 ambulance truck to service this this area, and it's quite active. They break stuff up. We don't have any real life-threatening injuries or any problems like that, but they do roll them over and run them in mud holes and stuff like that. And with that, I pull them out and bring them in and out. The park has been in existence now 20 years. In that 20 years, I've dug for 18. Dug meaning I put in 9 septic systems, 5,000 feet of ditches, putting the electrical and the water and the septic systems in, putting in storm shelters for 150 people in 2 different locations. And although we've been in them a time or two, we haven't really had a real blowaway, but we do have that to offer, as I worried about kids being exposed to the weather we have in Oklahoma. The park grows. Over the last 20 years, the market has changed, and what we see now is the advent of older people coming into the sport. People that thought they was too old or too big to get out of the kitchen are now buying side-by-sides and coming out here with their grandkids and having a great time. And that portion of the market is actually what has saved the outdoor industry, whether you're talking sales or service of off-road equipment, from Jeeps to side-by-sides to motorcycles to the accommodations that today's market demands. They have all the comforts of home and bring them with them. The TVs, the microwaves, the outdoor grills, everything that comes in various makes and models of tow rigs, fifth wheels, side-by-sides, all kinds of rigs. And so the park has grown. I handle large numbers of people almost on a monthly basis, as different groups have different events, whether it's wheeling for the wounded, spring break, fall break, 4th of July, Memorial Day, all of these different events. We space them out to where we can hold the impact of all the people, and we've been quite successful, and it's been an enjoyable retirement for me. I thank you.
We're all in this together, so to make things safer, Wade's RV is offering free at-home delivery and the option for no payments for up to 90 days.